Imagine waking up on an icy alien planet, abandoned, broken, and moments away from death, but knowing you'll be printed all over again. This is the fate of Mickey 17, an expendable, a man who dies over and over until one day he learns the horrifying truth. The movie opens on the harsh, frozen world of Niflheim in the year 2054. Mickey 17 regains consciousness in a deep trench, surrounded by blinding snow and brutal winds. His suit's thermal and communication systems are completely destroyed, and it's clear he's in a life-or-death situation. As he crawls out of the ditch, his vision blurs, and his breathing becomes strained. Spotting a rescue shuttle in the distance, hope flickers. He cries out, waving desperately. A man named Timo emerges from the ship. At first, it seems Mickey is saved, but Timo halts and coldly explains he can only take the flamethrower, because the ship doesn't need Mickey alive. It'll simply print a new version of him if he dies.
Plus, they're going to reprint you back out tomorrow anyway.
As Timo disappears, Mickey is left alone. Watching eerie alien silhouettes in the distance, Mickey realizes he's going to die. As the cold consumes him, Mickey's voice narrates the disturbing truth of his existence. He is what's called an expendable, a human designed to die repeatedly for the sake of exploration and survival. Every time Mickey dies, his memories and consciousness, backed up in a device called a brick, are implanted into a freshly printed body. The printing process allows the crew to recycle him for dangerous tasks. Mickey explains that this kind of memory replication violates every ethical and legal standard on Earth. But in space, far from regulation, expendables are used freely for high-risk operations. He recounts how scientists use him for deadly tests, such as exposing him to lethal radiation or hazardous conditions. When he inevitably dies, a new Mickey is printed. He becomes more tool than person. Mickey knows this now. He's not valued for who he is, only for what he can survive. Mickey's journey into this nightmare began on Earth. After a failed business venture involving borrowed money and a dishonest friend, Mickey found himself in deep legal trouble. The man who caught them, Darius Blank, a cold-blooded business magnate, was not the kind of man you wanted to owe anything. Desperate and out of options, Mickey saw only one way out: join a space colonization mission. The recruitment seemed easy, too easy. He signed up to help settle an ice-covered planet, thinking he'd found an escape. But reality hit when a corporate technician scanned his DNA and uploaded his memories into the system. With that, his fate was sealed. He was officially property of the Expendable program. Now, his body could be recreated endlessly, and his identity was reduced to a replaceable asset. Mickey had unknowingly volunteered to die for the mission, again and again, with no real say in the matter. Aboard the colonization ship en route to Niflheim, Mickey begins adjusting to life as an expendable. He meets Kenneth Marshall, the mission commander, who lays down strict rules. Food will be rationed for the duration of the journey, and any form of sexual interaction is forbidden to maintain discipline. But Mickey soon breaks that rule when he falls for a crew member named Nasha. Their secret romance becomes a rare source of comfort for Mickey amidst the grim routine of death and rebirth. His deaths are frequent. Each time, he's subjected to deadly radiation, suffocating atmospheres, or other lethal experiments. And each time, he is reborn anew. But Mickey and Nasha continue to find each other, even through his different iterations. Jealousy begins to brew, especially when another woman, Kai, flirts with Mickey. Nasha reacts impulsively, kissing him in front of her, marking the start of complicated emotional entanglements among the crew. After months of travel, the ship finally arrives on the icy and unwelcoming surface of Niflheim. As part of the initial landing party, Mickey is once again chosen for a high-risk assignment. He's sent outside the ship to assess the atmosphere for any biological threats. The outcome is immediate and fatal. A dangerous airborne pathogen infects him within minutes, and he collapses. The next version of him, Mickey 13, is printed, then Mickey 14, then 15, and 16. Each version is subjected to the same experiments, dying painfully every time as the scientists work desperately to develop a vaccine. It takes the lives of 4 Mickeys before a cure is finally synthesized. With the pathogen threat neutralized, the crew begins their exploratory missions. But things take a darker turn when they encounter an alien species in a massive ice trench. During their retreat, one crew member is killed, raising fears that they've just made first contact the wrong way. During a routine outing, Mickey 17 slips and falls into a deep trench. Just like before, the fall should have killed him, but something different happens this time. The native alien creatures don't attack. Instead, they help him out. They don't speak, don't harm him. They simply vanish into the icy landscape. Confused but alive, Mickey spots a parked transport vehicle and drives it back to base. Once on board, he changes clothes and heads to his quarters, only to discover something horrifying. A new version of him, Mickey 18, has already been printed. Protocol strictly forbids duplicate versions from existing simultaneously. Mickey 17 realizes the crew assumed he was dead. Before he can react, Mickey 18 strikes him with a dumbbell, knocking him out cold. 2 versions of Mickey now walk the ship. It's not just a glitch, it's a ticking time bomb, and one of them wants to survive at any cost. After knocking out Mickey 17, Mickey 18 begins dragging his unconscious body toward the ship's waste disposal area. His plan? Dump Mickey 17 into the broiler and erase the evidence. But Mickey 17 isn't dead. He's only pretending. As Mickey 18 prepares to push him in, Mickey 17 suddenly springs up, attacking with a dumbbell. The 2 versions clash violently in the shadows of the maintenance sector. Despite Mickey 17's desperate resistance, Mickey 18 proves stronger and more ruthless, nearly forcing him over the edge. Before the final blow can be dealt, someone passes nearby. Mickey 18 quickly drags Mickey 17 away, hiding the conflict. Tensions rise further when Mickey 18 confronts Timo for dealing drugs on the ship. Enraged, he nearly throws Timo into the broiler too, but Mickey 17 intervenes. Their battle isn't just physical anymore, it's personal. One of them must go, and the war between versions has just begun. Things take a strange turn when Mickey 17 receives an unexpected invitation from Commander Marshall to attend a formal dinner. After weeks of starvation-level rations, Mickey devours everything in sight. It seems oddly generous until the side effects kick in. He starts violently vomiting in front of the crew. The scientists step in and admit the truth. They had secretly injected him with growth hormones, hoping it would ease the strain on his body from constant reprinting. But the cocktail backfires. Mickey is overwhelmed with pain. Marshall, ever cold and calculating, prepares to end Mickey's life on the spot. He draws his gun, ready to pull the trigger. But before he can fire, Kai steps in and stops him. She takes Mickey back to her quarters, offers him tea from Earth, and tries to comfort him. Their moment grows intimate until Mickey suddenly pulls away, realizing he's still emotionally bound to Nasha. As Mickey 17 leaves Kai's quarters, conflicted and guilt-ridden, he runs into Nasha, who notices the lingering tension between him and Kai. Clearly under the influence of drugs, she bursts out laughing and playfully writes 17 and 18 on both Mickey's arms, treating their existence like some twisted joke. Things take a darker turn when Kai enters and sees the 2 Mickeys together. Shocked and horrified, she tries to flee to report the breach in protocol, but Nasha blocks her path. In a disturbing moment of desperation, Kai suggests a bizarre solution. Nasha can keep Mickey 18, and she'll take Mickey 17 for herself.
You can have 18, I'll take 17.
Fueled by drugs and jealousy, Nasha reacts violently. The 2 women argue as the Mickeys themselves begin clashing. Mickey 18, increasingly unstable, grabs a gun and storms out of the room, his mind set on one goal: killing Marshall. What began as an identity crisis is spiraling into open warfare. While Marshall delivers a speech about the colony's future and a strange rock formation, chaos suddenly erupts. One of the crew members notices something moving within the rocky surface. It's not a rock, it's an alien. Before anyone can react, the creature lunges. Panic spreads through the crowd. Amid the confusion, Mickey 18 spots Marshall and aims his weapon, ready to pull the trigger. But another crew member tackles him just in time. With order barely restored, Marshall finally realizes the impossible. There are two Mickeys alive at once. Furious, he declares both must be arrested for violating mission protocol. Back in the ship's holding cells, Mickey 17 and Nasha reflect on what's happened. They piece together a chilling truth. The alien creatures saved Mickey 17 earlier. Meanwhile, Timo returns, revealing a darker purpose. Darius Blank has ordered Mickey's execution and wants the whole thing filmed as proof. As Mickey 17 and 18 await execution, an eerie development unfolds outside the ship. Hundreds of alien creatures begin to gather around the colony perimeter, their presence growing more aggressive. One crew member points out that ever since the team captured a baby alien during their last encounter, the small creature hasn't stopped crying. Inside the ship, Marshall's wife shows no remorse. In a chilling act of cruelty, she amputates the baby's tail and prepares to cook it into a soup, seeing the alien more as an ingredient than a living being. Tensions rise further as Marshall, desperate to maintain order, decides to permanently distinguish between the two Mickeys. He marks Mickey 18 and then orders a technician to delete portions of Mickey's memory from the brick, erasing entire segments of his past. Nasha intervenes, defending Mickey 18, and tries to reason with Marshall, but he's no longer listening. War is coming. One of the scientists proposes a peaceful alternative. Use a prototype translator to communicate with the native creatures, but Marshall laughs off the suggestion. At that moment, the baby alien, though injured, lashes out and slaps Marshall across the face in front of the entire crew. Embarrassed and enraged, Marshall snaps. He orders the creature to be tied up and thrown into the broiler alive. But before the deed is done, Nasha leaps forward and catches the alien in her mouth, shielding it with her own body. Meanwhile, another crew member secretly records the entire scene, capturing the commander's brutality on video. Still undeterred, Marshall and his wife decide to unleash poison gas on the creatures. In a sadistic twist, they turn it into a contest. Whoever collects 100 alien tails will be spared. They shove Mickey 17 and Mickey 18 into the wilderness, armed only with the translator and their wits. As Mickey 17 and Mickey 18 trek through the frozen wasteland, a sympathetic scientist secretly hands them the prototype translator, their only hope of avoiding all-out war. After a brutal journey, the two finally arrive at the alien stronghold and come face to face with the leader of the native species. Mickey 17 speaks through the translator, thanking the leader for saving his life earlier and warning him about the poison gas attack planned by the humans. The alien leader doesn't answer right away. Instead, he asks why the humans killed one of their young, a creature named Luco. Mickey 18, hostile and unfiltered, asks what would happen if they killed more alien children. The leader responds by unleashing a high-pitched sonic scream, so intense it nearly kills them on the spot. That's when it becomes clear. If another alien child dies, the humans won't survive what comes next.
But eyeball explode.
Back aboard the ship, the tension escalates. One of Marshall's advisors urges him to personally negotiate with the alien leader, but Marshall, ever prideful, dismisses the idea. He temporarily hands command to his wife and storms off. Meanwhile, Nasha realizes time is running out. She storms into the command center, grabs Marshall's wife by the throat, and demands the baby alien be returned. A violent struggle erupts. The commander's wife retaliates with a blade, slashing a crew member's hand. As the baby slips, Nasha catches it at the last moment and flees. On the battlefield, both sides, humans and aliens, prepare for war. The alien leader, standing firm, delivers an ultimatum. Only one of the two Mickeys may live. As the final standoff builds, Nasha arrives just in time with the baby alien in her arms. The leader pauses. The war is postponed, for now. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Mickey 17, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep sci-fi recaps like this one. And remember, sometimes the only way to survive is to die.